excitement.
The unknown about you intrigues and delights me. Both are emotions I haven't experienced for a long time. After all, I still know nothing about myself to this day. Thank you for being here. As much as I want to keep this conversation going, I'm afraid I can't, as they are here.
Sorry for disturbing you, Dr. Chadwick. We received word that you were being harassed by an unknown individual. We're here to help you evict the intruder. We were just having a chat. So, are you saying that Chadwick was... Right. He was indeed a member of the Genius Society back then. That man's the real deal. I mean, his research is very valuable. Cauldron Chadwick, Genius Society number 79. His expertise includes solid-state physics, applied theory of imaginary numbers, and ballistics. Sounds impressive. He is, for his groundbreaking achievements in his area of specialization. To the best of my knowledge, Cauldron Chadwick isn't a long-range species, and the last time I talked to him was 2 amber eras ago. Question: by what means did the family extend the lifespan of Cauldron Chadwick? Has the means been improved by the International Health Organization? Does it comply with the regulations of Penacony? I don't have the authority to answer your questions, or allow unauthorized visits to Dr. Chadwick. Sir, please leave. There is no room for negotiation here. Understood. Your action speaks for your loyalty to the family. Well, can I assume that you'd rather turn the family against Planet Screw'em just to uphold your principles? Am I correct? Are you prepared to bear the consequences of being the enemy of the Genius Society?
We made a choice, go fight against your fate. They will come with a blaze. They will wake up a dead man and crowd in this torment world somehow. Unchain the sword not to kill. Unchain the sword to rid those towns that burn round. Wake up and start together now. Forget about the rules, we don't know where to go. There was chasers of light to find a way or get there. We have no way to know where they all headed for. See the light from afar, just
Let's see here. This is Dr. Chadwick's room. The regulations prohibit the bloodhounds from entering the hotel rooms without the guest's permission, so I'll stay outside. Should I knock? I don't think it's necessary. I'm afraid Dr. Chadwick can't answer the door in his current state. Let me open the door. Come in. Dr. Cauldron Chadwick, sorry for showing up here all of a sudden. We hope you don't mind our unexpected visit. After you, Madam Jupiter. All the sad young men. What does that mean? I don't see them. Oh, you tricked me. He's not even here. Huh. I've been played for a fool. You weigh a dusty suitcase with your hand. It is obviously empty. It may have been left untouched in the room for centuries. They probably just put his brain in the fucking water. The fireplace heating is turned on, yet the whole room is chilly like an icy cavern. You can't imagine a normal person living in a space so cold. Even the music is turned off. In this dingy, stuffy room, the only thing that reminds you of flowing time is the pulsing, hovering liquid bubbles in the dream pool. But they won't be able to tell you where Professor Chadwick went. Madam Jupiter, I think I might know where Chadwick is. Please come and take a look. If my assumptions hold. Has the family taken us for a ride? No, that bloodhound didn't lie. The secret is right in front of us. Gently, he scoops up a translucent bubble from the liquid. The moment the bubble leaves the surface of the liquid, it starts floating upward, until it is hovering in midair. At last, we meet again, Dr. Chadwick, Cauldron Chadwick. What do you mean? Deduction. The likelihood of Cauldron Chadwick was a short-lived species. Remaining alive to this day in a corporeal state is close to zero. As of now, no longevity technology that has been able to extend the natural lifespan of a normal human by 2 amber eras. On the other hand, the family in Penacony has a deep understanding of Memoria and its related technologies. Even though they cannot sustain Chadwick's body, they could still extract the substance from the depths of his brain, allowing his consciousness to survive. Can he be considered to be alive? It depends on how you define alive. Many in the galaxy opine that machines which are made of cold, metallic chassis and veined by electric circuits cannot be seen as life forms. One question remains. Why would the family go to such lengths to store Chadwick's memory here? What significance does his memory hold for them? Imaginary Pulse, that's the name, right? I don't think the family is capable of extracting any useful information for Chadwick's mind, Madam Jupiter. It is because... Scroom hesitates and trails off after the sentence. Let's talk about this elsewhere in case someone is listening to our conversation. The hounds have excellent hearing. You have the right to learn the story in its entirety, Madam Jupiter. If you hadn't informed Madam Herta of your discovery out of kindness, it cannot be said how long Chadwick would have been confined here. I need a favor from you, Madam Jupiter. I'd like you to pass on something over to Dr. Chadwick for me in the dream. I believe that thing will help him come to his senses. What about you? I'll negotiate with the upper echelons of the family toward the aim of taking Dr. Chadwick's memory bubble with me. Until then, I hope you'll learn the full story from Chadwick, including matters that happened before he went missing. May you have a nice dream, Madam Jupiter. The elderly man in front of you gazes calmly at the city of dreams in the distance. Dr. Chadwick?
Oh, youngster, I'm glad I still recognize you.
You still remember the elderly man's upbeat voice when you two parted ways last time. That tiny, flickering flame of hope in his eyes seems to have been snuffed out again.
I'm happy you're willing to talk to me, but you shouldn't have come here. Moira and the rest of the Bloodhounds, for that matter, won't be pleased to see you.
Don't worry, that problem has been solved.
Do you mean? I probably don't need to know the details. I've heard stories about the Nameless, and I believe you must be as talented as those in the stories.
Do you remember Screw-'em?
Screw 'em. Screwy.
As if struck by lightning, Chadwick's eyes suddenly widen and quickly contract again. The gloom covering his eyes dissipates, and he appears bright-eyed.
Screw 'em. Where is he? He promised he would help me. Wait, no. He did fulfill his promise. He didn't fail me. I was the one who went missing. Both my ears and mouth were covered, and I was blindfolded. Why? Why is everything in such a chaotic, disorderly manner? I remember I'm a member of the Genius Society, but what did I do? What have I forgotten? Who bound me to this illusionary world? Is this a bottle of pills?
It can help you recover your memory. Screw-'em wants to help you.
Got it. This is his idea, right? Now my chest feels like it holds the entire universe in it. I can see it flicker and feel its pulse, but I know nothing about it. But when you showed me the bottle of pills earlier, a voice came from a distant corner of my universe. It tried to persuade me to trust Gruel and you.
Chadwick's face beams with a smile. is the first time you have seen genuine joy on his face.
Who am I to be picky now? Right, I'll take it. I'm ready.
The emo-scape. Ah. The young Cauldron Chadwick is standing right before you. He wears the same contemplative expression even after several Amber eras. Is this the place? Yes, Dr. Chadwick. Starting from here, we, the technology department, and your team will shape the future of the galaxy together. Don't be overconfident, Dudley. I'm not fully certain that this project will work out. Didn't we talk to a Dudley? Take it easy. What we need is you on our team, not a 100% success rate. Honestly speaking, Dud, I'm a bit apprehensive about this. What you guys are seeking is a weapon that only exists theoretically. It could cause an upheaval in the galaxy. Of course, Chad. Don't ever underestimate the technology department. We might not be geniuses like you, but we're plenty visionary. The Amber War just swung their hammer, announcing the beginning of a new era. It means the legendary cosmic catastrophe is drawing close.
No explanation needed. I've read the brief history of the universe to know enough.
By the way, I'm surprised you're supportive of the catastrophe theory. That's not entirely true. I'll just support any theory with the most commercial value.
It sounds like something you would say.
There's something you can't deny. Since the cancer of all worlds started spreading, the Legion and the Annihilation Gang have become more and more active. Our mission here is to prepare and ward off those threats. Damn it. Here we go. I don't want to say things like, we're working for a just cause, because I know you aren't that naive, Chad. I just think that our lives can be a lot easier if we don't complicate stuff.
I don't want to spend all day delving into this subject with you. Let's go down. What exactly is this place, Dud?
Forgive me, but I cannot tell you the exact coordinates of this planet. Orders from up top. It's to prevent you all from, abandoning the task beforehand. I hope you'll understand. But I can tell you this, you will be absolutely not be disturbed here.
I see, but you should know too, that if I wanted, they would find a way to locate my position. It's not that hard.
Dudley laughs out loud instead of fielding a response. Of course he knows that. It is a genius who stands before him.
Are those true stings?
You're right, and I think they're probably from the swarm disaster era. It's been a long while since anyone stepped foot down here. I won't be surprised by anything I see in this facility.
I'm impressed you guys managed to find this place. This is the first time I've seen living true stings.
It's a pity you aren't a biologist. Let's clear this place up so we can start working. Man, I don't want to fight true stings. I hate these fucking things. Damn it.
Let's make it quick.
Time for some hardship.
Yeah, another one spawned
Later.
in.
I can do this. Let's go.
Let's begin. You know nothing of survive or be destroyed.
These damn
There is no
stingy
other choice.
boys. They piss me the fuck
Light
off.
fodder. Reach the end of the story in your own way.
It's not like I can talk to them. They're not here for me. Ladies and gentlemen, the space beyond this door is where we can concoct a miracle. Is Dr. Chadwick inside? I never thought I'd end up working alongside the genius. Please hold your horses. Before you all officially become Dr. Chadwick's colleagues, there's something I want to remind you. By walking through this door, you'll be selecting a different life for yourselves. This lab will be your life for a very long time to come. You will work, research, have fun, and make friends here, isolated from the outside world until this project launches or fails. If you aren't ready for this kind of life, you may go before I open this door. I've been studying imaginary theory since the age of 15. Working with Dr. Chadwick is my lifelong ambition. Right? This is an opportunity others could only dream of. The door is nothing. As scientists, we've long dedicated our lives to the science. You guys are just like him. I believe you all have a great time working with Dr. Chadwick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please come on in. I can shake the world from right here.
Keep at it. Keep at it. Keep at it.
The 37 detention test unsuccessful. The energy waves from the collision failed to tear up the imaginary fissure. The detention capsule did not reach the critical threshold. Why? Lift the safety protocols. Increase the collision rate to 1.3 times to default threshold. Let's take it from there. But this is too risky. It might even compromise the researcher's safety. Exactly. We can try one more time. There's no need to... We've tried too many times. It's clear that we won't make any progress if we go down the same road. Over the past 30 years, we've overcome nearly every theoretical hurdle. The scientific achievements born in this lab are enough to leave the universe amazed. But if we fail to build the imaginary implosion pulse, our efforts will all be in vain. The IPC won't allow us to take the scientific results with us, not even a single page. As physicists, we must succeed. After overcoming the bottleneck, the experiment went smoothly. The lab even received visitors. My team and I are honored to have you watch the detention test. This lab doesn't welcome visitors, but you're special, Mr. Screw'em. The technology department wants to stay in your good graces. You are welcome, Dr. Chadwick. I'm flattered by you and your colleagues' achievements. Please allow me to ask you some questions, as curiosity sometimes compels me to ignore the decorum. Just like what organic life experiences, why did you agree to take part in the development of a weapon as destructive as the imaginary implosion pulse? Dudley, my friend from the technology department, said that the weapon could be used to contain the destruction's forces. He said we were doing the right thing. I'm very sorry, Dr. Chadwick. I shouldn't have sprung that question on you and put you in a position to give an insincere answer. I think we're all free to choose the life we prefer. We can put aside those redundant thoughts that distract us and focus on our task at hand and areas of expertise. But you must be cautious, Doctor. For people like us, even a minor slip-up can impact the entire universe. Our wisdom is both a blessing and a burden. Some advice is too late to be given now. We already knew that the box contains a monster. I hope you'll be safeguarded and make sure it won't be opened by some ignorant kids. Thanks for your advice, Mr. Scrutum. I hope I'll see you again one day. Hurry it up! Round up anyone who dares to resist. No one should hinder the detonation. Or detention? They're gonna use the pulse? Professor Chadwick, where is he? Only he can put a stop to all this.
Captain, we've located Professor Goldman Chadwick.
Good. We still have time then. Take me to the control room. I'll notify Director Dudley. Hurry and go. The moment of clarity always comes too late. Man, he was falling asleep on the job. My nightmare finally came. I'm very sorry to tell you this, Chad. You might be a genius in your field, but you know nothing about power. Your naivety blinds you from seeing the big picture. You don't even understand the area you're in. You should have realized long ago that we're both merely pawns in this game of chess. Once we're placed on the chessboard, we are no longer in control of our fate. Weapons are made to eliminate enemies. Is it that hard to understand? Over a dozen vanguard units of the Legion are preparing to attack the joint trade routes. Their presence can directly threaten Pierpoint's safety. Our enemies are closing in, and this is the perfect time to test the power of the imaginary implosion pulse. You have 100, no, 1,000 other ways to stop them that can incur lower costs and affect fewer innocents. I've got it, finally. What we've done for the past 20 years is just an experiment, the result of our work. It truly belongs to us. Stop lying to yourself, Chad. You knew what you were getting into right from the beginning, but you chose to ignore it. Come here, bomb maker. It's time to show the Legion our might. Oh, we took it on the appearance of the bomb guy? That's terrible. Ballistic trajectory pre-calculation is complete. Margin of error 0.08%. Charging detonation platform 60, 70, 85% complete. Reviewing collider status 30%, 50%, 75% complete. Automatic cruise AI deployed. Enemy contact detonation AI deployed. Imaginary implosion pulse preparation complete. Ready to detonate at any moment. How many collateral targets are there in the blast range? Calculation in progress. There are an estimated 24 planets at the satellite level or above within the blast range. Among them, there are 3 secondary planets with civilizations of grade D or above. The amount of collateral damage is acceptable. The detonation plan can proceed as scheduled. It's time, bomb maker. Hit the button. What are you doing? Press it now! I get it, you're afraid of taking the blame, aren't you? Fret not, the one who pushes the button is neither you or I. You won't even be mentioned if this incident is later reported. Now do it. You sympathize with Dr. Chadwick, right? I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but Cauldron Chadwick isn't worth your sympathy. He's long foreseen the outcome, but he chose to ignore it and carry on the research at all costs. Selfishly, he puts his talent before everything else. He doesn't care the least about anyone else. Do it. I'm not gonna say anything else. You just wasted your final opportunity. Hey you, do it. Did you just shoot me? I think we just got shot. Detonation command confirmed. Collider charging in progress. 20%, 50%, 75%. Critical detonation threshold reached. Automatic cruise AI activated. Locking target. 30%, 70%. Complete. Lock-on AI activated. Warming up. 20%, 40%, 80%. Chamber temperature has reached threshold. Imaginary implosion pulse is about to be launched. 5.
Dad,
4. Don't hold it against me, Chad. We have to be responsible for our choices. 3.
My name will forever be cursed. Though, what's the price you have to pay, Dudley?
2. Look, Chad, this is your problem. You always take your gifts and talents for granted. You have no idea there are people like me. 1. No one will remember us. 0. Imaginary implosion pulse. Detonate. But this memory isn't over. Didn't know there was gonna be more. Hold up.
Oh, Jupiter Free, it's you again. Now you have experienced half of my life and learned about my story.
How many people did the imaginary pulse kill?
A number that I try my best every day to forget. Ever since that day, I haven't dared to look in the mirror even once. I'm worried I might see a monster, a murderer who has killed countless people and ruined even more lives. That day in the control room was the last I saw Dudley. Perhaps it's true that pawns don't deserve to be mentioned, just like how he put it.
Yeah.
That day in the... Oh, wait, he said that. After that, I disbanded the team and left the lab. I managed to take some crucial data with me to keep them from falling into the wrong hands. I would have learned from the others that the higher-ups of the technology department who ordered the imaginary implosion and post-detonation were subjected to an internal review. They were never heard of again. But I knew that the IPC wouldn't let the matter rest. The result of our research was way too valuable. Although they released a statement condemning the detonation, they would never really give up the technology related to it. They needed me to control the knowledge and keep it out of reach of other factions across the universe, so they would always be breathing down my neck. So I decided to escape, not wanting to live the rest of my life being controlled by others. A name came to mind when I needed help the most. We only met once, but he saw through my hypocrisy and excuses. Screw him. I made up my mind to look for him, thinking he could help me rebel against the IPC. This is the story of the latter part of my life.
Of course, you gotta spread it around. Whole lot of nonsense. Can't just make things easy for me. Once upon a time, when there was no interaction between different worlds, some civilizations were already in the possession of weapons powerful enough to destroy themselves. Out of fear for power, they established complicated laws and regulations in an attempt to prevent these self-unmaking devices from falling into the hands of the insane or the violent. When the Starry Seas later became interconnected by winding routes, the exchange of technology and resources began. New weapons, many times more powerful than the original ones, emerged one after another. Bewilderingly, those complicated rules in place to limit the abuse of weapons became increasingly simplified as more and more powerful weapons were invented. People were more tolerant of weapons when they were used against enemies. Let's say there were a faraway planet, where its people were being ravaged by ferocious flames with their cries echoing throughout the sky. Yet for you and I, laying beneath the tree and gazing at the sky, the planet would be just another star plucked by someone from many others. That guy's not very good at his job. Wisdom. What a perplexing word. Some see it as the answer to every problem and the ultimate of all virtues. However, many of those with extraordinary intellect are troubled by superior problems. Is it because the geniuses are too arrogant, or is it because jealousy gets the better of the mundane? No one has the answer for that. Only one thing is irrefutable. Wisdom can coexist with selfish desires. What did Xander see when he was recording tomes on the imaginary tree? Is his strange and ancient language? When I was little and was first discovering the imaginary theories, what came to my mind was the image of a dense forest, not of a huge tree. After going through so many things, I find it hard to believe that the foundation of the universe is a giant tree that nourishes countless leaves, selflessly and voluntarily. I prefer to see each planet as a seed carried by the wind that happens to land on the soil. The seeds then begin to take root and grow bigger, eventually forming the forest. The universe isn't concerned with our presence. It merely exists and observes.
'Cause every night I will save your life, and every